happening? Welcome to my channel. My name is Matt Bradford. Today we're going to talk about sort of working around the 12th fret position in open D. It's not really the 12th, it's working around the root position in a closed sort of fashion. So we're going to get into that. But first things first, if you want to use the track that I'm working off of here, all that stuff is available on Patreon. There is going to be some charts, some pentatonic, scale charts that will also be available on Patreon. It's $5 a month at the time of the filming of this. So yeah, I mean, I think it's worth it. You also get backing tracks 4 to 7 times a week. They are approximately 16 bars, so they're the perfect sort of solo length to build a solo. The gear that we're using today. I'm using my Apocalypse Machine lap steel, Righteous Sound pickups. I'm using a Noiseless single coil and a Diadem staple humbucker in the bridge. I am going through. I'm using a Hudson broadcast for a drive today. Am I going to use the broadcast? It's pretty loud. Yeah, they're both loud. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use the broadcast today. And then I'm going through my DCC Darkos Custom Creations Plexi, and yeah, and I'm in my parents' garage. So, please excuse any extra noises. I'm in a transitional process at the moment. So there's some refrigerators, there's a furnace. Welcome. Okay, so 12th fret. Let's listen to the track real quick. The track it's a real simple track. It's a D minor-ish, D bluesy track. It's really just a 1, 5, and 4. Up to the 4 chord. Back to 1, 5. 4. Okay, and it does that twice. So it's a nice simple progression. It works over your minor pentatonic. So some ideas right away. Okay, we're talking about the 12th fret. We're going to start with this. This is a chart that I made because I couldn't find ones I like. This is the notes at the 12th fret, and then the notes that are immediately below the 12th fret. And obviously you have your minor third, on the 11th fret there. So I don't play this like a scale. If you were to play it, that's not it. It doesn't really sound right. But so the way it's okay. Let me get combobulated here. Let's start with just some ideas of this area right here between the 4th, 2nd, and 1st strings. You have this. I added an extra note, but that's a great pattern. And then obviously your top 2 strings. I will use this 5 on the 5th string. That's it's a lick that you hear a lot, but I'm not going to use a lot of. I'm not really down here a ton. I'm there, but I'm not there a ton. So let's start with just a real simple. Let's just use these middle 3 strings, right? And that is the full pentatonic scale. It's just not in order. I mean, it's in a different. It's 7, 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have 7, 1, 3, 4, 5. That's all the notes of the scale. That's all 5 notes. It's just not. It's starting on the 7 and not the 1. We should know that the 1 chord is a 1, 3, 5, and in this case, I'm doing a minor 7, so it's a 1, 3, 5, 7, right? So I'm missing each time. right? Ooh. That's that Hendrix song, Purple Haze. Yeah, Purple Haze. That's that one. Is that right? I think that's right. Anyway, the 4 chord is 4, 6, 1. The 6 is not here, but the 4 and the 1 are. And then I'm making it a minor 11. So it's really 4, 6, 1, 3, 5. So you can still kind of use all the chords here. But really the ones that I'm looking at are the 4 and the 1 against the 4 chord. So you have your 4 here and your 1 here. Although you can certainly use your 3, which is part of a 4 minor 7 chord or a 4 minor 11 chord. Right, and then I've also got the 5 in there, which is the 11 of the... No, that's not right. It's not right at all. Let's see. The 7 is the minor, is the 11 of the... Yeah, it's a 7. It's the minor 11 of the 4 chord. And then the 5 chord. 5 chord is 5, 7, 2, but again, it's a minor 11, so it's 5, 7, 2, 4... and then the 11, I know, see, I gotta do the math. It's a 1. The 1 is the 11. So 5, 7, 2, 4, 1. But again, I'm gonna focus on the 5. The 2 is not in here yet, but I am gonna actually add that later. But for now, check it out. I'm really focusing on the core notes of the chords. And we're just going to try to get a lick. 5. And that's just using just those 5 notes, right? And so one of the things, and I think if you've seen any of my other lessons, one of the things that we talk about a lot is really restricting ourselves, and that's going to help us then build out of that restriction. So just those 5 notes. I think Troy Brenningmeyer, which, oh, by the way, awesome lessons from both TroyBrenningmeyer.com and MikeWitcher.com. Same joke every time. Those guys they do the traditional thing. Their picking is excellent. They're great guys to check out as well if you're looking for a lot more technique-based stuff. But for me, I'm not a big technique guy. It shows in my playing. But I don't learn scales. I don't do that stuff. So this is how I work within the idea of a scale. So yeah, check those guys out. Let me finish my thought. But I think Troy calls this an X pattern, which I had never thought of. I think of it more as a Z. I think of it more as... I guess I think of it more as the scale, but it's a great as an X. It's great as like a U-shaped thing, the 5-3-1, which is a great lick always. Right? The 4-3-1. And then obviously the 7-3-1. Are all great little moves, and that's all within that pattern. But again, I can use this whole pattern, this whole thing that's here, and it's a really nice way to kind of stretch out. Again, I want to find, we're going to add 2 notes, the 7 and the 1. It's the same as here, but it's on the top string, right? When I do that, it just gives me a little more ways to expand a little bit, but I'm still saying really in one area. So before you even go farther, just sit and play with that for a while. Play with those areas. And it's not about playing fast. It's not about playing a lot of notes. It's really about, when I think of dropping stuff. When I think of my favorite slide players, when I think of guys, really Derek Trucks is the guy for me. It's not a lot of notes for the most part. He has some fast licks, but it's not usually fast licks. It's really these beautiful things. I play too many notes in my own opinion because I don't necessarily know how to make it feel as lyrical. So I would suggest for you and for me to sit and play with just this area, because the focus on how one note sounds, how that hit that note and like hold it and give it some vibrato and do the stuff that to really make it just like make that note feel good so you can sit on it, and that one note is magic. That's going to really help. To me, that's going to help playing a lot. But I know that is it's not enough for me. I would get tired of it fast, so I need to keep expanding, and then I need to keep coming back and making it small so I learn, and then expanding so that I don't get bored, etc. So let's add. This is above the 12th fret now, so I'm really adding 5 frets. The way for me that's, and again, it's not. We're not. What do we got? It's not like that, right? Knowing what the notes are, and again, we've done this with the open string, so we should know. But it's a 4 3 1, 1 7 5. I don't know what's on this diagram. 5 4, right? 4 3 1, 1 7 5, and then 4 3 1. Knowing where they are, so that I can then make my moves where. Knowing where the notes are, so I can go where I want to go. Same idea. We're going to play them against the chords. Try to use chord tones. Try to land on chord tones against the chords, right? So here's the thing. We're using this pattern. That blew my mind. All I want to do is go back to the below. I want to go up, and then my fast licks are all below the 12th fret. That really actually surprised me. I'm not used to restricting myself this way, and it's something that I could do a lot more, because that was shocking. That was shocking how badly I want to go below the 12th fret. So let's do that again. But you'll notice I'm grabbing, against the 1 chord. That's 1 3 4 1. Against the 4 chord, 1 3 4 4, and then I get to that 5 chord and I kind of get stuck with, because I don't have anything from the 5 chord yet on my first string. At one point I did go higher than I was supposed to. Instead of playing the 5 here, like I should have with our restrictions, I played it up here, just because, again, I know where the notes are, but I'm trying to play it. I'm trying to stick within the area that we're defining, because it's going to open. Doing this helps me find more licks and helps me find more things that helps me find my voice in this area. And I hope you're finding, the idea of this is for you to find your voice. The idea is not for you to find my voice or do it my way. The idea is to continue to build your voice, your choices, your understanding of what's happening, so that when you're in a situation where you're playing, you can express yourself. And again, that goes back to, if you want to learn songs from other people, Troy and Mike are amazing with that stuff, and they have all the tradition for that. Okay, so let's do that again. Again, just above. That was funny. I got stuck again. I got lost. I was like, "Where do I go?" And I didn't. I made it work, but it didn't really fit over the chords. That last lick where I was. So, yeah. I mean, I was like, shoot. Where do I go? I got stuck because again, I don't work in this area a lot. Now I'm gonna add one note. Right? We've worked below. We've worked above. I'm going to add one note, and it's this note here in blue. And the reason that it's in blue is, one, it's not actually in the minor pentatonic scale, and that's what this is. This is the minor. Somebody crushed me in my comments the other day for one of the other ones where I didn't say minor pentatonic once, and they're right. And my first got defensive. I was like, "Oh, you're mean." No, he was right. I need to say minor. This is the minor pentatonic scale. Oh, excuse me, man. My allergies are going bananas. Minor pentatonic scale, but I'm going to add the 2. And I'm only going to play the 2 against the 5 chord. So, notes in my 5 chord. These are out of the minor scale in the key of D, 5, 7, 2, right? And then it's making it a minor 11. So 5, 7, 2, 4, 1. But it's a minor 2. I got to blow my nose. Hold on, I'm coming back. All right, I'm back, and I think I've been saying minor 2. It's a regular 2. It's the 2 note in the minor scale. So it's there on the 14th fret on the 6, 4, and 1, and then it's also here on the 10th fret below the 3 on the 3rd string. So. Now, the reason that's helpful, I'm going to go just above again, so I'm sticking with just above the 12th fret, but I'm going to add this 2, and it gives me one more place to go, especially on the high string and the 4th string when I'm kind of doing some of these licks. Okay, so you can see how that 2 gives me a little more flexibility, right? It adds a lot of excitement. It adds a feel against that 5 chord where you're like, "Ooh, that feels good. Wow, bam, 5 chord." So now I'm also going to add it down below. Obviously, you could just do it where you just add it below. I feel like, again, you're kind of getting the idea for how this exercise goes. So let me just do the whole thing now. We don't need to break it down. We're just down below with the 2 added as well, because you know how to do this. And so that's the other takeaway with this, is to restrict yourself, right? Use this area. In the last video, in the last practical pentatonics video, I talked about down here, and I talked about this area here. So now we're moving up to here and up to here. We've got the whole fingerboard, really. We got the whole fretboard. There's no fingers being used. The whole fretboard being used. So check it out. This is the whole thing now, the whole donkey. Okay, so I got some fast licks now that I can go down below. So I'm seeing where my weaknesses are, right? One of the big weaknesses I have, obviously, is between the 12th fret and the 15th fret, 17th fret. I'm counting on my fingers. This is how adults count. Between the 12th fret and the 17th fret, I don't have speed. Okay, that's a place where I need to find some speed. But you can see that once I have this area, this to here, while it seems like a lot of frets, right? 10 to 17, that's 7 frets. It's not really, because like that's 4 notes. It's also right here. But if I'm doing it on one big slide, one big legato, you know, that starts to get that Derek Trucksy vibe. I have to do it major to really get my Derek Trucks on. But like that's not, it's not crazy on a slide to be moving that laterally. So what I would encourage you to do is to sit down with this area the same way I hope you sat down with Practical Pentatonics 1, the same way I hope you've sat down with each of, if you haven't done them, the lessons are really, I try to make them really bite-sized, and I try to make them very much exercise-oriented, right? So break this top part down into even just like 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that. I got a little lost there when I came back up to this area, below this area. But like you can see, like move to this area, move to this area. It gives you different voices. And then move down here, and then move up here. And then when it's time to start really combining stuff and moving all the way up and all the way down, it starts to be able to work really easily. Somebody asked me in a comment, how do I choose to be where I want to be on the fretboard? And the reality is I don't really think about it. It's just I know that I have this note, and I have this note here, and I have it here, and I have it here. I have it all those places. And so where I am and where I'm going to go next and what I'm trying to do, that determines where I end up on here. Break each thing down. If you've been watching any of my lessons, I keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. I keep finding places that I can grow, right? Clearly, one of the places I am deficient is when I'm limited to just above the 12th fret. That area, that area there. I could develop some more technique to have some more freedom there. So that's something I'm going to do. I would encourage you to sit down with, especially combining this lesson with Practical Pentatonics 1, with the other lessons that I've got up. We're going to keep growing, but keep making things bite-sized, keep working in really restricted areas and then expanding and letting it go, but coming back to really restricted areas, right? Oh, I'm really good at going down. Well, then go up, or vice versa. I'm really good at, like again, I'm at the 12th fret, I have speed there, but I don't have speed up here. I'm lost. I don't know what to do. So, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to practice that area until I know what to do, until I have 4 or 5 licks there. And then that's going to help inform the licks here, and that's going to help inform the licks here. And each time we develop new patterns, each time we develop new ideas, it turns out that a lot of these places, one pattern that we haven't explored yet that we might, maybe I did explore it, I don't know, is this right here. Which is below the 4th fret, below the 4 chord. And so again, this is at the 12th fret. Oh, let me finish with this. Jeez, this is at the 12th fret in open D against D. But what it really is a root note. I'm gonna take this and put it early too. So check it out. I realize that we are saying 12th fret, and I'm gonna say 12th fret throughout this video. But this works in any key. This is based around the pentatonic scale, around the root of the chord. Yeah. So I took that and I put it back earlier in the video. I'm going to leave it here too, just in case I didn't say that. We're working around the root of the chord. And so if I'm playing in a key that's not D, this pattern still works because there's no open strings. So, break it down, keep it bite-sized, keep getting better. The main goal here is to have fun and to have joy in your playing and hopefully find your voice. So thanks for hanging. Please subscribe and like and the bell icon and tell your friends and whatever the other people say to do on their channels. Do that stuff. Like and share and smiley faces and whatever. I really appreciate you being here, and yeah, most importantly, have fun.